Hey guys, it's Miss McLean, and today we're going to be graphing a slope today that is a negative slope. So make sure you pay attention. Go ahead and grab your notebooks and let's get into it. Okay, so on the board here, I have 2 points, which is point C, which is 1 and 4, and point D, which is 3 and -2. I'm going to take these 2 points and use the slope formula. Now, if you watched some of my previous videos, you know the slope formula is M is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay? Now, based off these 2 points here, we just take our first point, which is our C point, and we're going to label it as x sub 1. And then the second number, we're going to put that as y sub 1. Okay? Because this is our first point. Now, our second point, we're going to label that as x sub 2 and then y sub 2. Okay? It's as simple as that. And then all we need to do is simply plug those numbers into the formula. And that's it. And then we'll graph it. So go ahead, and if you need to pause and go ahead and work it out first, go ahead and do that, and then come back and check your answers. All right? So let's work this out together. All right, so we have our formula, which is M is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 over minus x sub 1. Okay? You're understanding and getting the right answer. So let's pay attention here. So what I told you before, all we're going to do is take those coordinates and substitute those into our formula, right? Okay. So for y sub 2 minus y sub 1, we have -2 minus 4. And that's why it's so important for you to make sure that you're labeling your coordinates. So that way it's just an easy, simple plug-in. Okay? Now we're dealing with integers. We have a -2 minus 4. Now, if you do not know how to subtract integers, please go ahead and watch my subtracting integers video. So that way you can understand how to subtract integers. Okay? But we have -2 minus 4. And we do that method keep, change, change. So we keep the sign of the first number, change our operation, which that goes into plus, and then this will become a -4. Okay, so -2 plus a -4 is -6. And then down here at the bottom, we have a simple 3 minus 1, which is 2. Now, I have a -6 over +2. I can reduce that fraction down to a whole number simply by division, right? -6 divided by a +2 is going to get me a -3. Okay, so this is going to be our slope. Notice how this is a negative number, therefore our slope is going to be negative. Okay, so our slope is -3. Now, to do that method of rise over run, remember all we need to do is put that over 1 for our run. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and graph our points that we have, and then we're going to graph our slope along with it. So let's take a look at point C. So we have 1 and 4 is the coordinates there. So just like we've done before, this is our x-axis and this is our y. So we go here first to 1 on the x. Then we're going to go up 4, plot that point right there. And let's go ahead and label that as point C. You can write a C there or you can write it out, point C. Okay? Now for point D, we have a +3 on the x, but then it's going to go down to -2, and we're going to plot that point right there. Okay, and that's going to be our point D. Okay, now you want to grab you a ruler or some kind of straight edge and connect your points. Okay, now the way our line is going in a downward slope this way, this means that our slope is negative. And we've already shown that from right here by doing the slope formula. Okay, so this is a negative slope. Okay. You should be able to put any point on this graph and the slope should always be -3, which is down 3, over to the right 1, because your run is positive. So if you were to write this out like rise over run, your rise would be -3 and your run would be a +1, okay? Still makes it a negative slope, but that's how you would do that. So any point on this graph, you can point it by your slope by going down 3 and over to the right 1, okay? All right, well, I hope this makes sense. If you get confused, we're going to be doing videos on slope all this week, so I hope you're able to understand it. And if you have any questions, please, please, please feel free to drop me a comment below so I can maybe do a video on that or give you a little bit more understanding. All right, guys, until next time, always keep solving, keep shining, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye.